Hello everyone, check out what's back. Technically, there's a lot new, so let's just jump right into it and see what's new with World of Tanks Generals, patch 0.4.0. Alright, so as you can see here in the main screen, it all pretty much looks exactly the same. There is two pretty big changes though. The first one is instead of tokens that were used in the closed beta test, if you were a part of the closed beta test, have since been changed to gold bars. And the next biggest change is that on the training unit for the USSR, the guy no longer has a mustache. Which is lame. He really needs the mustache. I have like a comparison, I'll throw it up on screen. Now what else is new is that during the closed beta test, you had missions where you could actually earn tokens, and that does not seem to be the case. It's simply just gonna be like World of Tanks. Like they might have like a mission eventually where you can get some, but for the most part, if you want gold bars, you're just gonna have to go out and buy them. There has been some changes to like your account screen, I guess you could call it, or maybe your personal file, even though there's a tab in here that says personal file. For the most part, it's pretty much the same. It'll tell you what account you're running, it gives you your rating and everything. As you can see, I've played 16 battles, I've won 15 of them, so doing some major seal clubbing right now. Just kidding. Now, all of these are pretty much the same, summary, awards, and statistics. The one that's different is that the personal file, which was locked during closed beta test, is now open, and all it really does is it just shows you like what awards and stuff you have. Like after each game now, let's like in the last battle I was in, I was awarded this medal right here. There's no name, but I was awarded this. It says awarded for destroying 100 units, and it actually pops up like this and tells you right on it. Can't pronounce the guy's name, medal 3rd class. Awarded for destroying 100 units on the 27th of May 2015 at 13:46, and that is pretty much all that's new here. They did make some really cool changes to the deck editor, only like, as far as I can tell, like one major one, which is this is how it normally always looks. Let me actually make this full screen quick. Alright, so then this is how it normally always looked, except now there's a compact view. So you can see everything right there, like the Liberty tank, it's an 8 cost, heavy tank, 4 attack, 7 health, and I have 2 of them in my deck. And you can still right click on it to see everything else. You can see that it generates 2 resources a turn, everything like that. So that's actually really cool. As far as I can tell, everything else is pretty much the same. You can just go in and look. You can put the compact view anywhere. That's pretty much it. You still make decks and save decks the same way, just by going in and out of the garage. They've also made changes to the tech tree. For example, it's probably a little difficult to see, but right here there's a search bar. So let's say I wanted to find the AT1. Look at that, I just typed in A, comes up right there, AT1. It brings me straight to it. And even from the Russian tech tree, if I wanted to go look at like the M3 Stewart or the M3 Lee, I could just type it right in, go straight to it. Other than that though, everything else with the tech tree is pretty much the same. No other major changes there at all. But that's a really cool feature. This way, let's say you want to check out the mouths really quick. There you go. Instead of like having to do it the old-fashioned way, which is sitting here, searching for it, because like I didn't know it was underneath Holstein, so it would have actually taken me some time to find it. So that's a great change. Another change is that the 21st Battalion has actually been nerfed. I do believe it was still 2 attack. I'm pretty sure it had 29 hit points in the closed beta test. I'm pretty sure. I should have definitely checked before looking at this, but I'm positive it had 29 hit points. And the ability used to be reduce like damage taken by 1 from enemy artillery and HQ. Now it's if the firepower of the enemy headquarters is 2 or higher, it's reduced by 1, and that's it. So that's only affecting the enemy HQ's damage against other targets. It doesn't affect artillery anymore, so it's extremely less powerful. Still a really good ability overall, but it's not the destroyer of worlds that it used to be. Now while I have 21st Battalion up, as you can see, there's actually some more changes to this as well. I forgot to mention it before, but look, you can see how much the card power is. As it's a tier 4 HQ, its card power is 150. Its research cost is 2,620 experience, and it's going to cost you 22,400 credits to buy it. You can do that for any unit. All you do is you just pick one. Maybe you want to search it up. Like, let's go see what the M37 will cost. So you just right click it. It's a tier 5, so it's 31 power, 3,400 research, 48,000 per card purchase cost. And then it's just letting you know that this means that it's active only for United States of America HQs. So that's actually a very, very welcome change. It used to be that you could only see the research, you'd have no idea how much it cost, and that was extremely frustrating. Now, another thing I would like to point out is in closed beta test, I really loved using the PZ4. It has the ability mass production, which means you can have up to 10 copies of the card in your deck. However, these things were really expensive. It was like just under 80,000 credits per card, so it would cost you about 800,000 credits to run 10 of these in a deck. And they've actually made it so it's not just the PZ4, but it is all units with the ability of mass production now cost 59,800 credits. So that's pretty much like 200 to 250,000 less credits for a pack of 10, so to speak, and that's a very, very welcome change in my book. Another change is that the prices of consumables have been dropped for the most part. All tier 1 consumables, or yeah, I guess they are called consumables, still cost 800. However, tier 4s now cost only 1,000 as opposed to the 2,000, and tier 8 headquarters now cost only 2,000 credits as compared to 8,000 credits. So if you played the closed beta and didn't run a premium account with the limited tokens you had, you knew how expensive those suckers could get. Another incredibly welcome change is that there are now 2 separate options for music, which I'll go ahead and play a little bit here right now. I'll pause whatever I currently have playing, and the sounds. So we can go ahead and just get rid of all the sounds, and that is completely separate from one another. It used to be a combined, still no levels of adjustment, but it's still a step in the right direction, that's for sure. The tutorial has been revamped a lot, and I'm not gonna sit here and go through it like I did before. If people ask, I will. However, it's a self-explanatory tutorial. What you need to know is that if you haven't gone through the tutorial yet, it's really good. It's not like the old one where you could possibly get stuck at a few steps. You'll be done with it in a matter of minutes, unless like you play really slowly or something. Other than that, the tutorial is very, very well done, and it'll pretty much teach you what you need to know without going into like super strategic stuff. It's just kind of there to get you going. While we have a battle screen open though, what you may notice is that around the bridgehead, you can see that there's a faint green line. So that just signifies that that's the bridgehead. Used to not be there. You can see there's a red one for the enemy, so that's a nice change. I guess I never really had an issue with it, but I guess it's to just remind people, hey, your opponent could put a tank down there, so I don't know. Either way, it looks nice. It makes the board look less plain. There's also been a lot of different sounds implemented into the game, like when I click, you'll hear one. So see, that used to not be there, whatever that noise is. I don't really know what to call it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a few of the steps here in the tutorial, and then just go ahead and listen to some of the noises. In fact, I will mute my mic for like 30 seconds or so, just so you can see what it's like. And there you go. See, there's quite a few new sounds. It makes everything flow more nicely, in my opinion. That's how I can describe it. There's less like blank space, so to speak. None of the noises or none of the sounds are annoying or anything. It's just like background noise you just kind of get used to. I really like the noise that they did for the research. It's pretty cool. It lets you know like when your opponent is playing something, but you should probably just be paying attention to that anyway. Currently in the open beta test here on EU, there's not a whole lot of premium vehicles. As you can see, I think the E4 is the highest tier one at tier 5, and their prices have actually been changed as well. In fact, they call it like level 3. I don't know why. Like, I'll flash up the information on screen here to show you, but level 3 now costs 200. That's 200 gold. So like the T15, for example, it's only 200 now. Previously they were 220. Level 4 have stayed the same at 330. I think there's only one in the game right now, or make that 2, the Valentine 2. And the A32, as you can see, they're 330 gold bars apiece. And then level 5 actually went up. It used to be 400, it's now 500, like the M4, A2, E4 here. And do keep in mind, if you do buy these cards, it would actually cost you 1500 gold total to get all 3 M4, A2, E4s. You don't get 3 cards for 500 gold. Another thing about the personal profile is that if you click on this Hall of Fame, it will actually take you straight to the leaderboard. It says in the notes that it links right to the player. However, as you can see, it didn't take me to my profile. So I don't know if that's just what that is. Let me see if I can somehow get to Assassin's profile. Let's see if I can do it. No, I really can't. Okay, so then I don't know. It says that it would link straight to it, but it obviously didn't work for me. However, you know it's there now. You can click Hall of Fame if you want to get to it right away. Now, there are 2 more major changes that have happened in patch 0.4.0, and one really major one, it has to do with Mercenary cards. So if you actually played the closed beta test, you would know that Mercenary cards, they were usually always very good. They were a lot to research, and they were incredibly expensive. However, now you can't research Mercenary cards, and you can't purchase them forever. The only option is, let's say I wanted a few SU-26s in my deck, I would have to rent the card. Now, do keep in mind, it's not just one. You actually do get all 3 when you rent it. You get 3 copies of the card. So it would cost, if I wanted to rent 3 SU-26s for 1 hour, it would cost me only 10 gold, not 30. If I didn't want to spend gold, it would actually cost me 20,000 credits for an entire day for all 3. So that's something new with Mercenary cards. As far as I can tell, a lot of people hate it. However, in my own personal opinion, what they're really there for is like an end game. I'll do a video on like tier 8 stuff sometime in the future, but basically what you need to know is that that's the end game. There's not a whole lot there to spend your credits on once you buy all the cards. So that's where the Mercenary cards come in. So I haven't played too many games. It hasn't really affected me yet, so I don't want to give my full opinion, but as of right now, I don't hate the change. I think it's actually pretty good. Now, I am going to pop up on screen here the different prices for Mercenary cards. As you go up in level, the price to rent them changes as well. So I will have that up on screen, and I will go ahead and show you a really expensive one to rent. Like, for example, the IS-7. If you wanted to rent 3 copies of the IS-7 for a single day, it would cost you 126,000 credits or 315 gold. Which, keep in mind, for 15 more gold, you could buy a premium card and have that forever. Alright, and the last thing I would like to go over with you, though there actually is one more thing afterwards, but it's pretty small, is that you can now challenge people to a duel. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and challenge Assassin. And so, as you can see, you can either do that like right from your friends list, just by clicking on the little setting icon, challenge to a duel. I sent it to him, duel with player, the assassin, and you just hit battle. And then he was already in queue, so that's pretty much it. The other thing I want to show you is that now there's like a spinning bullet to show who goes first. And then that's pretty much it. Other than that, everything else plays the same. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to go kick Assassin's butt, and I'll see you guys next time.